His reputation as the silk mask he wore to husbands was dark and foreboding. To wives and mistresses gave cause for shallow breath, and set many a fluttering heart racing. His infamy carried swift as his steed through dale and market square, this man with the flintlock pistol, who dined at the devil's table without invitation nor care. As a hawk he'd swoop down from the hillside upon a coat as a dove, stealing coins and shining trinkets and a lady's eternal love. For it was true he stole their hearts along with their wedding band, this brigand of the highway, this rogue with a gentle hand. His likeness they kept neath their pillow, and at night shed a lonely tear, fearing they should not be robbed once more by this man who knew no fear. With a slumbering oaf at their side, oh how they wished it was him, this contemptible yet gallant rogue, who revelled only in sin. In a darkened corner of the inn, a silver snuff-box or pearl necklace was laid as bait, to ensnare those with loose purse strings. The pretence of a drunken fool is crafted trait. Risking all on the turn of a card, but always an ace in the folds of his lace sleeve, revealed by shadow and deft hands, to leave all once more deceived. With redcoats as hounds baying for blood at his heel, this fox of a man's name in town squares was called by the town crier peal. Oh, they had his scent, it was in the air at every turn. To boast in the barrack, it was their musket that spilt his claret. Oh, how they did yearn. With a warrant signed by the king's hand, a reward placed upon his head, they cared little if he was caught alive, and even less if he were found stone dead. With his steed as a ship in moonlight, it sailed purple heather seas, his hull pockets filled with bounty, his heart filled with good cheer, this smiling impudent, this landlocked buccaneer. Behind a mask of midnight, his smile was but a flame, burning bright within a heart at his whispered name. His name upon the gallows was carved by his own hand, for they stood alone waiting for the day that he would hang. He knew his time was borrowed, for the redcoats were at his heel, the knotted rope around his neck he knew one day he'd feel. It swung bathed in the moonlight to a song sung by the wind, and there upon his last day he too would surely swing. For life is but a candle snuffed out by one breath, for there within his shadow silently followed death. Death watched him from the hillside far above the vale, as his steed black as midnight thundered through the dale. Over the bridge they clattered that crossed the flowing swell, that but for a moment reflected this darkened vision of hell. He heard the crack of muskets that broke into the night, as thieves in silence creeping, they stole this jewel of life. If life is but to slumber until the light of morn, then together they would ride unto an eternal dawn.